What's he doing? Oh, getting a little frisky. What's up, Bubba? You about ready? Well, we about to do something with the day. Um, and I feel extremely compelled to share the logic. We have nothing but time to think about this, okay? If you're constantly looking for an update from the news, you ain't even trying to use your head. You don't even want to. You're already more comfortable with somebody telling you what to believe. So your opinions are kind of, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, are they have no place in any kind of debate over logic. I'm sorry. You just can't. Look, it started a long time ago, and if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm sorry. The Nothing about any mainstream news entity is legit. It's all politicized and monopolized, or whatever you want to call the financial part of it. Let's see how much time I got. I want to share some more logic. Like normally I do this on YouTube, but I don't care anymore. Look, we're in a weird time, and we need to cut the shit. We need to stop pretending like it matters what people think. I will, as embarrassed as I get, I will not have to worry about running into somebody and having them confront me about some of the shit I've said, because I don't see anybody, I don't talk to anybody, and every day that goes by, I could care less. First of all, I'm very comfortable with what I believe and we all have opinions. We like to push them on other people too when it's something that we're passionate about. So I'm guilty, but so are you. Anybody on Facebook right now probably hits it every day. But I want to give you some logic as to, I can't explain why certain facilities have had several deaths. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is some logic as to why there's something totally wrong with what we're being told as far as people dying left and right, and all these people dying in hospitals. Okay, here's the logic. Not only are we not seeing any videos of people that supposedly have this virus come to YouTube and say goodbyes or say, hey, I hope I make it through this if I don't. I love you guys, blah, blah, blah. No one. You can't find them. I know that if I thought there was a chance I was terminal, I'd be like, hey, I know I'm not going to see 1% of you guys. I love you all. I'd probably go down the list. Just like my beloved uncle who had graciously had a year, or more. He found everybody he ever knew and got with them and talked to them, and rest in peace. Another piece of logic, huge logic, even bigger than the Facebook, YouTube thing that's non-existent. Nobody coming forward like, hey, and that backs up what I'm about to say. More people would be in their houses. I wouldn't say more. A lot of people would be in their houses like, fuck this thing, I got this. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm scared of what how I would be looked at anyway by my own government or by the hospital, or how I'd be treated. Look, people in Katrina knew that shit was coming and stayed home and said, I don't care. So that's what kind of society we live in. No one is being pulled out of their houses because they stayed home and sat it out and died it out. I hate to put it like that. But no ambulances or car or hearses are pulling anybody out of their house. Do you know how many people we would see, or how many videos of neighbors videotaping that happening? Saying another one, bit the dust, blah, blah, blah. They're just all miraculously dying in the hospitals. Don't you think there's a fucking problem with that? Whether if it was true, big problem. The overall idea, huge problem. Big, huge problem. Why are we being told that? Like, that just makes no sense. People would be found, homeless people that got it and passed. They'd be being found on the, behind dumpsters and shit. Oh, believe that. Just when I was on the street, I walked right by someone getting scraped up that fell asleep outside in the cold outside of a business, like a restaurant, and some big lady, and died there. Whether it was, hypothermia, frozen, whatever, I don't know. Heart stopped. Yeah, never woke up. So, there's people out there. And they were saying, I was just reading something about supposedly 20-something people of a certain shelter tested positive. There's no tests that are positive for this. They're not. There's no test for a strain. They're not testing for a strain. I'm going to repeat that to the end of days. Because if they haven't done it now, they're not going to do it. There's no test for this. Doctors have already admitted that. There's no strain called, it's the byproducts that are being found and analyzed. The genetic matter that's coughed up with your mucus and found in your mucous membrane and in your this genetic matter comes out of your body because your body kicks out toxins and bad things. That's the same stuff that's kicked out with a virus, hence why they're calling it a virus. At first they called it a pneumonia-like illness. You would know that right off the bat if something was killing people. You'd have that shit under a microscope. Look at this, just like everything else, we're shown cartoon pictures of what it's supposed to look like. Some sort of little, graphic. Have you seen a fucking microscopic shot? Any kind of infrared, anything? What do they call that? Close-up shit. That, anyway, whatever. There's so much logic that says there is everything they're telling us is covering something else up. I don't know why. Maybe we have to believe at both sides to this. We have to be very open. We can't just be that conspiracy theorist that always says it's something bad when of course we know it always usually is. It's always about money. It's always about, and, obviously the depopulation thing is real. People want to do that. Ted Turner, Gates, they've all been on camera rubbing it in our faces. That's what they want. They say there's too many people in this world. Like, they are psychotic. No, there's too many people concentrated in small areas. Spread that shit out. Even China has ghost cities because they overprojected growth. Build other cities, more cities away from here. You can't build bigger roads for some reason. You just keep fixing the old ones. But anyway, I could go on about some crazy shit. I got 30 seconds, I think. Let's just start thinking about logic. You need to start using your own head. You need to ask a million questions and ponder them. There's no reason why we wouldn't have in our face proof of people passing away and doing what they would normally do. And that's stay home and pass away in their own home. It's not happening. That's a problem. There's a major cover-up here.